Something unusual happens during your nights, and you might have felt it without knowing how to explain what's going on. You wake up noticing a strange silence in the room, an odd feeling in the air, or a symbol that keeps showing up in your dreams. Maybe there's a phrase you don't remember hearing, but it won't leave your mind. People often forget that dreams are never random when they come from above. Heaven doesn't send images by accident. God often speaks to us when our eyes are closed, because that's when our soul finally opens up to listen. You might have dreamed about water, snakes, or doors that don't exist in the physical world, but they stayed with you as if they were real. This isn't just your imagination running wild. These are spiritual messages, subtle codes sent directly to those who have eyes to see beyond what's visible. While many people brush off dreams as mental confusion, you've been called to decode the signs. If you're here watching this, it's not just casual curiosity. Your soul recognizes that something bigger is guiding all of this. It's a sign that you're under divine direction. The night isn't just for rest. It's when the invisible becomes active. Today I want to show you 7 types of dreams that God uses to talk with you, even when your conscious mind doesn't realize what's happening. After this, you'll never look at your sleep the same way again. I just ask one thing from you. Listen carefully. Every moment here might carry a key, a unique password made especially for where you are in life right now. If you skip ahead or get distracted, you might miss something that was sent just for you. Dreams about water carry deep spiritual meaning. Water can show up in many different ways. Maybe you were drowning, trying to breathe, being pulled by something you couldn't see. This isn't just any fear. It's an alert. It's like God is showing you emotions you haven't been able to let out, pain you've hidden so well that you don't even know where it is anymore. It's a warning that there's a battle happening inside you, silent but real. Heaven is calling you back to shore. When the water in your dream is calm, clean, and peaceful, don't mistake it for just peace. This is a sign of alignment. It shows you're flowing in the right direction, even when everything around you seems unstable. But if the water was rough, full of waves, with storms coming or currents pulling you, that also has strong meaning. It doesn't mean you're in danger. It means you're in transformation. God is shaking up what no longer serves you inside. He doesn't want to destroy you. He wants to clean you, renew you. Water in dreams isn't just a reflection. It's revelation. It shows where you still resist, where you try to control, when actually God just wants you to trust and surrender. Here's something powerful. How you react to water in the dream shows how you've been reacting to God's presence in real life. Do you run away, try to control it, or surrender to the flow? The dream isn't just a symbol. It's a question. And God is waiting for your answer. Next time water appears in your dreams, don't ask what it means. Ask, God, where are you trying to take me that I still can't go because of fear? Water reveals what's inside you, but the next dream shows what's hidden around you. If you saw a snake in your dream, know this isn't just a nightmare. It's a spiritual alert. The serpent appears when something is wrong, but you haven't had the courage to face it yet. If the snake bit you in the dream, know that this poison isn't physical. It's emotional. It could be envy, lies, betrayal coming from someone who seems to be on your side but secretly wants your downfall. Where the bite happens also matters. If it was on your hand, they're trying to block your purpose. If it was on your foot, they want to knock you off your path. But when the snake is hidden in your bed, in the grass, or behind someone you love, this isn't fear. It's wisdom. It's a warning that someone close to you might be serving as a channel for the enemy to get near you. If you killed the snake in the dream, celebrate, because that means victory in the spiritual world. It's a battle won while you slept. These dreams come to sharpen your spiritual senses, to teach you to look beyond appearances. Not every smile is sincere. Not every prayer is a blessing. Some people disguise poison with sweet words, but in your dream, the mask falls off. Next time you dream of a snake, don't panic. Ask with courage, God, who is close enough to hurt me but silent enough to hide? If the snake reveals what's camouflaged, the next dream shows what God is about to open in your life. When you dream about a door, understand that it's not just wood with hinges. It's a spiritual sign, a marker between what was and what's coming. It's like heaven is showing you that something is about to change in your life, something the world around you might not even notice. Every detail matters. Whether the door opens, is locked, broken, or even disappears, everything carries a code, an answer, a warning about the right time and direction of your purpose. If the door is open in the dream, don't get excited right away, because an open door can be both an opportunity and a test. Sometimes what you're about to enter is exactly what you asked for while crying a while back, when you could barely stay strong. The open door shows that a new phase is available, but to cross through, the key is your obedience. When the door is locked, stay calm. This doesn't mean you were rejected. It might just be God protecting you from something you're not ready for yet. Heaven has its ways of saying, wait a little longer. Sometimes the silence from above is stronger than any answer spoken out loud. If the door appears broken in the dream, pay extra attention. This could be a sign that something or someone is trying to invade what's yours, forcing entry where they shouldn't. It's like a spiritual alert. Someone discovered a weak point in your journey and wants to make you stumble before you even take the next step. If you're just standing there in front of the door in the dream without courage or clarity to open it, maybe the dream isn't even about the door. Maybe it's about you. It could be that you're asking God for something big, but you haven't prepared yourself emotionally or spiritually to live it yet. Next time this dream returns, ask yourself, am I ready to go through what I've been asking to experience? The next type of dream doesn't involve objects. It involves life. If you ever dream about a baby, understand it's not just about sweetness or innocence. It's about spiritual responsibility. It's not just a child. It's a seed, a calling, a mission that's been trusted to you. Something small, yes, but loaded with purpose. A baby in your arms in a dream is God showing you that He's placed something valuable in your hands. A vision, a task, something that was born in heaven before you were even born on earth. But just having it in your hands isn't enough. You need to care for it, protect it, feed it, fight for it. If the baby is crying, don't ignore it. That crying is your purpose screaming for attention. It might be that you're putting off something important, hiding from the mission God gave you. But now the time has come. Heaven won't wait anymore. If the baby appears abandoned in the dream, this is one of the strongest signs. It means you've distanced yourself from something eternal, maybe a gift, a project, a spiritual calling that got pushed aside. And just like a newborn, if it's not cared for, it risks dying. But this dream isn't necessarily about motherhood or fatherhood. It's about legacy. It's about what you carry in your spirit. Even if nobody understands or sees it, you feel it. There's a weight, an urgency, a stirring inside you that you can't explain. The enemy isn't afraid of who you are today. He fears who you're about to become. That's why the battles have increased. That's why your sleep became more restless, because something inside you is almost being born. When someone who has already died appears in a dream, this isn't just memory. It can be a calling, a moment when the eternal touches the present, right at the point when you're most vulnerable, most open. It's not just missing them, and it's not always grief. Sometimes it's heaven itself trying to communicate with you through a familiar image, something your conscious mind might ignore during the day. Maybe this person said something to you. Maybe they just looked at you in a way you felt deep inside, or maybe they said nothing but you woke up with tears in your eyes. This isn't just emotion. It could be healing, it could be an answer, it could be prophetic instruction you needed to hear in a different way. In some cases, these dreams are also an ancestral calling, as if heaven said, "It reached you, now it's up to you." But be careful. Not every presence is sent by God. The enemy knows how to disguise himself. Some dreams are copies, distractions, traps. How do you know what came from above and what was created to confuse you? The answer isn't in the words, but in what remains after you wake up. If the dream brought peace, clarity, a certainty deep down, you can trust it. Heaven visited you. But if it left fear, confusion, or strange obsession, it might have been an attempt to derail you. When someone deceased appears in your dream, don't just react with emotion. Ask with wisdom, "Lord, did this come from you, or was it just a shadow wearing a face I knew?" Because those who are chosen aren't just people who dream. They're people who guard spiritual doorways, and not every spirit deserves passage. You've had that dream where you're falling, then suddenly jolt awake, heart racing, body on alert. It's like something inside you got shaken up. You might think it's just anxiety, but it's not just that. What's being shaken there isn't just your mind. It's your spirit being interrupted. You know why? Because sometimes when God allows us to fall in a dream, it's not punishment. It's repositioning. He's saying, you're carrying something that's no longer yours. Let it go. It could be a relationship, a role, a title, something that once made sense but is now out of place. And yet we insist on holding on with all our strength to a life that's already been left behind in the spiritual realm. Maybe you're clinging to illusions, the feeling of control, of stability, but deep down everything was built with fear, not faith. And then comes the fall. It's not the end. It's God's care, pulling away what wasn't true before everything collapses with you in it. Even when it seems like you're going straight to the ground, sometimes He lets you go almost all the way just to show you He's still holding your hand. What you thought was failure was actually the beginning of reconstruction, a reconstruction based on truth, not illusions. Falling in a dream doesn't always mean something bad will happen. It might be that you're finally separating from what was never really you, like ego, pride, the urge to control everything. It's the Spirit dismantling all of that. So maybe the right question isn't, why am I falling? But what did I build my identity on that God is now shaking up? Because the fall doesn't represent the end. It marks the beginning of something with roots. This dream doesn't come with monsters, fire, or falls. It doesn't have visible chaos, just a strange presence, a feeling of being watched not by someone, but by something invisible yet totally real. You look around in the dream and everything appears normal, but the air is heavy, as if something knows everything about you. You feel exposed, judged, seen completely. This isn't paranoia. It's spiritual awakening. You crossed a boundary. Now you're on the radar of realms you didn't even know existed, and they were already monitoring you. Because when someone is marked by a calling, it's not just heaven that notices. Hell feels it too. Angels follow every step of your growth, and demons study your weaknesses. The environment around you begins to sense your presence. Even dreams know who you are. This type of dream is a warning. You're no longer invisible to the invisible. But here's something few understand. You're not being watched because you're weak. You're being observed because you became a threat. Your anointing is growing, your authority is increasing, and the spiritual world is paying attention because one decision of yours can transform generations. This dream is like a spiritual report. God is revealing that you became a key piece in a battle that happens while many people are still asleep. You're no longer hidden. The protection of anonymity doesn't cover you like before. You've been revealed, and that's why you feel more exposed, because now you're like a lit tower in the middle of darkness. Everyone sees it, both good and evil. Next time you feel invisible eyes on you, don't run, don't hide, stand firm. That gaze means one thing only. Your time has come to act, to speak, to lead. You've been seen, and now it's time to position yourself as someone who was chosen. Those dreams you thought were just random images were never just dreams. They were codes from above, instructions hidden in the silence of dawn. While many are distracted, you're being activated. While others sleep, you're being trained. Every strange image, every symbol you couldn't explain, every sensation that stayed with you even after waking up, none of it was by chance. It was heaven talking to your spirit in a language only those who are awake understand. God was never silent. He always spoke with you, even in your dreams, because your spirit was already ready before your mind could keep up. So tonight, don't go to sleep like it's just another ordinary night. Don't close your eyes as if nothing is happening. Lie down with expectation, with intention, with prophetic purpose. Your dreams are training ground for your destiny, and every night is another lesson in the academy of the divine.